A Matter of Days by Amber Kizer. Have you ever wondered what would happen if the world was faced with a pandemic? What if you were one of the only survivors? This science fiction book, written for young adults, follows the lives of Nadia, Dia, and Rabbit, Dia's younger brother, during the future outbreak of the fictional Blue Star pandemic. It wipes out 95% of the world's population. They must get to their grandfather in order to have any hope of survival. Dia and her brother Rabbit are visited out of the blue by their uncle, who is a confidential scientist for the government. He has been working on an antidote for the Blue Star pandemic. He quickly gives both Dia and Rabbit the serum with very little about why. He leaves a dose for their mother, who is a nurse and refuses to take it. The only instructions he leaves are that he will call her and tell her happy birthday, which means to leave their home and travel west to West Virginia to meet him and their grandfather. He also leaves a folder with information that she is not to touch until she gets the phone call. Their grandfather is an ex-military man who has been living in a bunker since leaving the military. They have not had contact with their grandfather as he is quite a recluse. After the mother passes away, Dia and Rabbit get the phone call and begin their journey. Along the way, they discover that many others who have survived are scavengers. At one stop, they meet who they think is a kind old lady. She turns out to be far from kind. After a narrow escape, they continue on their way and meet people who will kill, steal, and beg for what they want. The Blue Star pandemic does not affect animals, so the country is teeming with animals who are starving and looking for food. They rescue a dog and continue on their search for supplies to help them survive, such as water, gasoline, and food. The dog suffers from wounds, and they are also in search of things to help this dog. Along the way, they meet a man named Zach, who proves to be their ally and helps them on their way. Don't be so trusting, though, because not everyone is as nice as Zach. After losing all their supplies, they try to scavenge in an abandoned mall, where they discover a 5-year-old girl who has lost her mother, the mall manager, to Blue Star. They quickly help her to try to escape a group of men who are holding her captive. Gunshots ring out, and the action begins again. Be the cockroach. Dia's father has embedded this idea to be the cockroach in her mind. It means that no matter what situation you find yourself in, figure out what you need to survive, like cockroaches who can survive just about anything. At times when she is ready to give up and she thinks she cannot go any further and even contemplates killing herself and her brother to end the pain, she recalls the saying and finds the strength and courage to go on. This title has a soft, tender moment and fast-paced, intense moments. Will they be the cockroach and survive? Will Dia, Rabbit, Zach, and Patty get to the bunker and see their grandfather and uncle again? Read A Matter of Days by Amber Kizer to find out.